First, there seemed to be a lack of flow in this ball game for various reasons. Did that hinder you guys much, or?
No, it's the same way for both teams. It was a hard, physical game, and they did a better job of handling it than we did. You know, it's early in the year, the concern was we couldn't make free throws. Well, we made free throws today, and we couldn't do much else right. But it was a hard game, hard physical game. I mean, it's two Big 12 teams going after each other in the home opener, and unfortunately for us, we had a bad little 3-minute segment there that allowed the game to change, and we got to grow and understand and get better from that.
What did you see during that 3-minute stretch when Oklahoma State was able to tie it and then have another spurt?
You're playing a Big 12 team on the road. They're going to come now. They're coming. They're not going home. You know, it's high-level basketball, and there's 16, 15 more left. And you know, there was that timeout. There's 9 minutes and change. It was 49-41, somewhere in there. They obviously came out of that timeout with a greater sense of urgency than we did. We foul. We give up an offensive rebound. We turn it over. Give up an offensive rebound for a basket. We come down and turn it over. They come down, and we get them late in the shot clock. And, you know, Keaton Page shot fakes from 37 feet, and we jump and foul. And now they're in the game. Now they're in the game. And then, you know, we end up with the technical foul, which that's completely on us. You know, you can't control. You got to control that. There's no way that you can allow yourself to have that happen. And then John Paul, forgive me for not enunciating his last name. I'm not sure how to say Lokemi, I believe, is how you enunciate his name. You know, makes that deep three at the end of the shot clock against their zone. You can't do anything about that. But it's kind of like all jumped on top of one another, and you know, and it's life in the Big 12. I don't know what to say. I remember my first year at K-State, we were playing Baylor, and they completely dominated the game. And with about 7 minutes to go, I don't know what happened. We went from down 12 to up 10. And I was like, wow, you know, how'd that happen? It's just life in the Big 12.
How hard was it dealing with all the foul trouble?
Got to manage it best you can. You know, got to manage. That's, you know, our depth on the front line is a plus. They had it too. You know, obviously they manage it better than us. You know, they're guys. I mean, heck, the kid Williams fouled out early in the half. You know, Pilgrim played with 4 most of the second half. God, I got to look at. I can't believe Keaton. Jesus, how can I not know his name? You know, Keaton fouls out with 3 to play. They had it too. They did a better job of managing it than we did.
Coach, but I mean, 23 foul attempts in the first half to 51 in the second half. Did the officials explain to you on why the calls were going so much more in the second half? I mean, it seemed like they were letting you guys play. Both teams played in the first. Second half, it was kind of a different story and kind of went against you guys.
I got no problem with officials. They're consistent. They got a hard job, and that's, like I said, that's 2 Big 12 teams, neither one wanting to start 0-1 in league play. And both teams throw the ball in the post. Both teams attack you. They did a better job of handling the tough moments than we did. I mean, nobody wants to see a game where there's so many free throws because it doesn't have the fluid stuff that we talked about earlier. But 6 assists, 21 turnovers. That's what gets you beat, not the foul shooting.
How do you assess your big guys today? Because it is you have a lot of depth there, but all of them fouled out. None of them had a big offensive game. Were you happy with the way they played? Or?
Defensively, I thought we were pretty good for a while. And, you know, our rotations weren't very good all game. That's why we fouled so much. You know, but it's the one constant with our bigs, which I'm unhappy again today, it's a twofold thing. Turnovers on offense, lack of defensive rebounding. And if you look, that's what we had today. Our front line had turnovers on offense and very little defensive rebounds on defense. And that's the stat that we had turned over the last 3 weeks or so. Unfortunately, today it kind of went back the other way.
What's your respect level for Page?
I love Keaton. You know, when someone, and please, I say this in all form of respect because I'm a lot like him. He's just a little smaller. But when someone that's his size, not very athletic, can dominate a Big 12 game the way he has shown he does on a consistent basis, tells you a lot about the character and the person that young man, what he's all about. As an opponent, you can't stand competing against guys like him because regardless of how hard you try, he's never going to give in. I think that's why their team's good, because they got him there.
Did you feel like the fouls were aggressive fouls, a lot of them, or were they fouls that needed to be avoided?
No, I mean, you guys saw the game. I mean, heck, I know, I'm not a very good reporter, so I don't expect you guys to be very good coaches, but we all got pretty simple opinions we can formulate. Their guys drive the ball from the wing to the rim. We don't rotate, we don't take charges. We just kind of whack guys. Those are bad fouls. That's bad defense, and that's kind of what we did today. Thank God I don't write or speak publicly. My God.
Coach, Jamal was in the starting lineup today. Was there any reason why he started today and not Freddie? Normally Freddie has that role right there. Was there a reason why?
We had been pretty good the way we were, and I told you guys after the last game that's something I was going to visit with our people about, and I did. And at the end of the day, I got to make decisions, and I'm not real smart. I don't pretend to be. My SAT score would have made me a prop 96 instead of 48, but we've been playing pretty well the way we were, and I didn't want to disrupt that continuity.
Frank, why did Owatimi have such a big game?
Well, he's a good player. That's number one. And when you watch them on film, you can see that he's been coming on. And, as coaches, we start coaching these guys our first year. Well, you really don't know what they can do in games until you actually coach them every day and you're in practice. So obviously they're doing a better job of utilizing his talents. He's starting to feel, it appears like to me, I get back, I'm not in their practices and all that stuff, but when you watch him on tape, it appears that he's starting to feel a lot more comfortable with how they want him to play. And then we gave him, because I thought we defended him well, then we gave him some offensive rebound putbacks and put him on the foul line. And when you let a good player see that ball go through the net, then it gets real hard. And to his credit, he played very aggressive and it was very assertive with his desire to go win the game, especially when we kind of built that lead in the second half. And, that's a credit to him and his teammates that they did that.
Coach, going forward to Colorado, what do you say to you guys going in? You got a mixture of veterans and youngsters. What do you say going into that next game?
Same thing I told them going into this game. 16 games just like this. We didn't practice to play one. We practiced to play 16. And, you've got to be prepared to learn every single day, whether you win or lose. It shouldn't be, learn when you lose, take things for granted when you win. Our guys have been real good here for the last 3 weeks. We were pretty good today for about 31 minutes. We didn't handle a 3-minute segment of the game very well. Well, it's our job to go teach our guys and make them understand the things that hurt us, why those mistakes cost you games. And we'll do that. And our guys, I'm not into predicting, but I think our guys will come back and be prepared and excited to go. And like I told them, I hope we fight as hard to protect our home court on Wednesday as Oklahoma State fought to protect theirs here today.
Frank, top to bottom, how do you feel your guys handled their pressure? I mean, their defensive pressure. Did that have a lot to do with most of the turnovers?
I don't know. You have 6 assists during the course of a game to 21 turnovers. You obviously didn't do things very well, and that's them. They disrupted us defensively. We didn't disrupt them. We defended them all right for a while, but we didn't disrupt them. They disrupted us, and that's credit to Oklahoma State, not so much fault on our guys.
What do you think this team can do to find some easier points, get some easier scoring opportunities in the next?
Well, we have moments where we get out and run and we attack and off our defense. Today, because we fouled and wouldn't rotate, became a slow game. So now it becomes a grinded-out game. So in a grinded-out game, no problem with that. You got to score at the rim. If you can't pressure the rim, you can't score the ball in a grinded-out game. Marshall Moses scored at the rim. We didn't, and that became a problem.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Yep.